What is up, guys? It is that time again for some Modern Magic Mondays. So let's hop on over. Boom! There we go. Now you can see me. So we've got 4 rounds of coverage tonight. It is week number 8 of the season. So we've been going really strong this season. Getting near the end. Only have 2 more weeks left, and then the season's over, and we do our top 8 invitational and get another chance for another player to be able to get a victory here. We've had 2 repeat champions, Lyle and TJ, and then had unique champions across the board otherwise. So should be really exciting to see how things work out going into this season, because we have a lot of new faces that are very close to making it in the top 8 or in the top 8. So we'll break all that stuff down as we get further into it. But if this is your first time tuning in and watching, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Now, if you have never seen us, this stream is all about making it entertaining and educational for players to get into the modern scene. So we're going to be going over and highlighting the different concepts of what the deck does, kind of walk you through different plays, why players might have done the plays that they've done, and kind of get you going in that regard. So we're going to hop right over and just get things going. We've got 4 rounds tonight, so let's hop into round number 1. Alright, and I'm going to keep muting the stream every now and again, so if the sound just cuts out, that's why. It's because I have my dinner here and I want to eat. That was really weird. They're shuffling just sped up randomly, so huh. Not sure what is up with that. But it seems to be worked its way out now, hopefully. So, we do have Jeremy Miller back on Amulet Titan, trying that out again. He likes to kind of rotate back and forth and bring it back every now and again. And it looks like his opponent, Maximir, is going to be back on that Soul Sister train, and he's been fine-tuning it over the season and kind of really gearing it up to something that he's enjoying and learning the ins and outs of the deck, and he's been doing quite well with it. So should be really interesting to see how things work with this. Again, it's going to be a little tougher because it is kind of a combo deck, right? And Soul Sisters can be susceptible and a little bit slower against those style of decks. So we're going to have to see. It looks like, oh my gosh, apparently right in the center of the screen, there is a bad glare. But he does make that nice 0-1 plant token kind of pop out from there. We'll see some of the follow-ups here. So a lot of the Amulet Titan is going to be playing these bounce lands, be able to return lands and kind of make stuff happen here. So let's see where he's at. Looks like he's going to go into an Explorer. So he gets to draw a card and play an extra land this turn. Alright, so it looks like his first bounce land, red-green. And he's going to pass. Ooh, interesting. Going a little more human themed. Works pretty nicely for a go wide strategy. I like this. Plant jumps in the way, so Jeremy won't be taking any damage. Ah, the Sakura Tribe Scout. And we do have the handy dandy card bot there to let you know exactly what specific cards do in case you are unfamiliar with them. And look at this, already getting the shenanigans going and saying, hey, I'll return that so I can get another plant. And that's one of the nice synergies and understanding the lines of when to play a specific land. So very nice play out of Jeremy there, getting lined up to continue to have blockers for a little bit. A rock champion there, protection from red and black, and then of course whenever a creature enters under your control, you gain a life. So he's going to start swinging in. So swinging in for 4 there. Looks like he chose not to block. Goes 16, which is fine. Like, you really don't care about blocking right now because it's all about building up that high amount of land. There's the Primeval Titan. Yeek! He's got those sweet miscut ones as well. So, when Primeval Titan enters the battlefield, you get to find 2 lands, which is always nice. And they get to enter the battlefield. And he says, hey, I'm going to gain a life because you played a creature. So, bam, bam, bam. We'll get the stronghold here. So Shrine to Nyx is nice here. He's going to generate a bunch of white mana. Play another Soul Attendant, Soul Warden. Got his Soul Sisters online. Looks like, is that called Arms? Nope, it's not. I don't know what that is off the top of my head. But is he at 26 or so? Alright, swinging in, just still trying to chip away at him. Like the Ancient Stirring is going to get used here. Let's see what land he goes with. Okay, Selesnya 1. He's keeping his Stronghold up there. I'm pretty sure it's Stronghold. Slayer Stronghold, Boros Stronghold, same thing, right? Giving that creature +2/+0 vigilance and haste until the end of turn. And of course, Primetime does have trample, and whenever he gets to do some attacking, he gets to be able to find more lands. Says I'll come at you for 8. Doesn't look like he did any blocking. So 18, give or take. That's the downside to being not watching the matches when they're recorded up, is that I miss out on some of the nuances of different life totals and things like that. But and then there's that other card, and I still don't know what that card is. Well, whatever it is, it's a human. So he's going to gain some life. He's at least at 20. Is that the new Tasia guy? What's his name? That is... I got distracted trying to figure out. Alright, so got distracted, but looks like he's bringing a team. Mentor trigger. I'm going to play another land. It says, hey, I'll get a plant. Block that. Block that dude, man. 1, 3, 5, we'll say Jeremy takes. Yeah, we're going to say he's at 9. The amulet changes everything here. Now when he attacks with prime time, the lands that he's going to get are going to enter untapped, so he can use them immediately and give Primeval Titan double strike and things like that. I'm going to transmute Teleria West. Choose a land. Choose a... Ooh, he's got a dino in there. Choose a land or choose Summoner Pack, something like that. He's going to be... And he says, here's my Summoner's Pack. I'm going to play Summoner's Pack. Go find a creature. So let's see what he's going for. Another prime time. Going for that dinosaur. I missed what he went with. Did he get the Hornet Queen? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, he went for another prime time. Which is pretty good because he just gets more lands. He says, hey, I'm going to gain some life. I'll be at 22. Yes, both of his prime times are miscuts. Paulo over there is asking about it. A lot of the stuff that Jeremy has, he likes to get the miscuts. He likes to be able to get some of his land signed, things like that. Like, he also has Tron, and a lot of his Tron pieces are miscut Tron pieces. Giving this guy haste, +2, +0, and vigilance. So he says, hey, we're going to come at you. Triggers. Any response to my attacking? Yeah, gee. Yeah, like, Jeremy does have a very pretty deck, that's for sure. So he's debating about which lands to get. I think. So he's already swinging in with an 8/6 and a 6/6 at this point. He still hasn't gotten the whole double strike stuff yet, but he still has his Tribe Scout up at the top, so he can be able to bring a land from his hand. Radiant Fountain, so he can gain some life. So he's going to go back up to 11. Still has one more land to find. Now it's debating about what lands to return. So I'll return these 4. So he says, here's 15. Transmute. Summoner's Pact. Oh, the dino. It looks like he wants to play with the dinosaur. He's also debating the Hornet Queen. I think Hornet Queen's smart here, because you get all those Death Touch creatures, and you have a flyer to kind of try to finish him off. So we'll say he's going to take the damage and go to 6. So he's got to pay for 2 Summoner Packs next turn. It says, here's my 4 Hornets. Move to discard. Throw away that forest. And throw away this other random land. And pass. Maxim's got his work cut out for him. I think he missed his triggers on all that life gain, though. It looks like he just kind of sat there. Which, you know, him gaining a bunch of life would have been huge. He would have gained... Oh, now he's talking about it. He says, hey, here's my life I should have gained. I think they're giving him it. He's a newer player. I think he was feeling like it was kind of rushed through, and just as like you played this, you kind of like moved to discard, did your stuff. I didn't really have time to count my triggers. So we'll say yes, he gained the life, right? So he's got 2 creatures that help him gain life. He would have gained 5 extra life from the 5 creatures, so that would have been 10. So we'll put him at 16, give or take. Tribe Scout's going to bring this land out. And he says, here's my 8 mana. My 2 packs are paid for. Wow, another prime time. Um, hope you're ready for some pain. Third miscut prime time coming out. Says, oh, I'll gain 2 life. I'll be at 18 again. Bring the beats. This guy's got haste, +2, and vigilance. 8/8, 2 6/6s. Also, I'm going to go find 6 lands. I'll gain 2 more life. Please exile your graveyard off this Bajuka Bog. And he says, yeah, alright. I see what you're doing here. Let's just go to game 2. And Amulet Titan able to pick up game number 1. And once you're facing down 3 prime times with Amulet out, like, it is not going to be a fun time for you. So now we're going to sideboards. Max, I'm going to look to see if he's got probably some more single target related removal there. Maybe looking for some extra pass, things like that. He's probably running 4-pass main board. Maybe he's got some pro-green creatures in there, like Mirrodin Crusader, which is one of my favorite. Mirrodin Crusader is so good. That pro-green, pro-black, 2/2 double strike. All right, players are all set, ready to go for game number 2. Looks like Jeremy's fine with that one. Had to mulligan down, but we'll be keeping that on top. Champion of the parish. So yeah, his is kind of like this human-esque style, which is pretty cool. Oh, turn 1 Amulet is going to make things scary. Honor of the Pure, going to give all of his white creatures +1/+1. So he says, hey, I'm going to come at you for 2. And he'll pass after that. What? 2 amulets? He's going to start netting mana. So he's got 2 triggers. So he says, I now have 4 mana floating. 2 green, 2 red. I'm going to explore. Draw a card. I can play an extra land this turn. I still have 2 mana floating. What? He has 3 amulets now, guys. And he's going to spend another one of his mana on Ancient Stirrings. This is pretty bonkers. Still has another land he can play if he wanted. It says I now have 6 mana floating. Ooh. Okay. Gonna start playing some shock lands. Is that Champion of the Meek? And I'm gonna move to combat, swing for 3. Drops Jeremy down to 15. Make a plant. It's just I'm going to float a bunch of green mana and do nothing with it. Other planes. Champion of the Meek's pretty nice because of the ability to just draw a bunch of cards. Triggers, triggers, triggers. Not Champion of the Meek, Mentor of the Meek. So, Mentor of the Meek. Whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, you can pay 1. If you do, draw a card. I don't know if he has been paying the mana, though. Come at you. Said this is a 3/3 because my Honor of the Pure. So he'll go down to 12. I mean, really, yeah, I was going to say, Jeremy just needs a Summoner's Pact or a Prime Time, and he finds a Summoner's Pact and immediately grabs that because he has a good way to generate the mana. And he says, hey, here's my 6 mana. He says, oh, I'll immediately make it. It's okay. You don't have to worry. Find some lands. Maxim says, okay, I'm going to gain a life. Back to 20. There's the Slayer Stronghold. And the Boros land. It says, I'm going to generate some mana. And I'm going to keep pumping him. Boop, 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 boop. So I'm going to do it 3 times. So it's a 12/12. Combat, here I come. This becomes a copy of this. This will give it double strike. And look at him holding a path going, hey, I wish I had the mana available. And that's the thing about it. Like, if you are not ready, like, because he had the 3 amulets, I think keeping that mana makes the most sense. Because really, it's just like Summoner's Pact or Prime Time, and he just goes off because of those 3 amulets. So, tough series there, but you know, that's kind of the downside to Soul Sisters, right? It's one of those decks that's really susceptible to those combo style, and Amulet Titan is kind of a land-based combo deck, right? I mean, it's not like Scape Shift or something like that, but it's really trying to combo to the point where it gets a bunch of mana that it can play a Prime Time and really just kind of kill you in a turn. Right, we saw it right there, or it can play the longer, grindier game when we saw lots of Prime Times. But Whew, tough, tough, tough. But that was game number 1. Hope you guys like that. Again, if you guys like the stream, make sure you're following, subscribing, all that kind of good stuff, because this is broadcast up every single Monday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, for everybody tuning in and watching. So let's just keep it going, though. Hop on over to round number 2.